Hello, friends.
Brain Candy Podcast, episode 761. We're hitting the ground running. Running. It's November. Let's be thankful. Let's do it. Gratitude is the attitude. What?
I said I'm thankful for you, Suze. I'm so thankful because I got a whole 72 hours, maybe 48. I don't even know how to do math. With you.
Yeah.
Just the other day.
Time of our lives.
Wonderful.
I'm telling you what.
Guys, you don't even know.
FUN.
All caps.
Oh, caps. It was so great.
The best.
It was perfect.
Actually perfect.
Except for one thing.
The snow. The 12 inches.
Shiver me timbers.
The blizzard that showed up when Susie got here.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Other than that, perfect.
It was good times. We played Scrabble. We drank hot cocoa. We had a real bookstore.
Hot chocolate moment.
We sure did. We went to comedy. We went
Lots
to a
of
sound
good
bath.
food. But really, just a lot of laughs.
So many laughs. It's the best.
Which is what I'm looking for at all times.
You and
Do
I
you
can
miss
be
me
standing
with all your heart, though?
With all my heart. I'll tell you, guys, here's what Susie does, is when she is around, she will talk about you like you aren't there with whoever you love, but in the most loving and kind way to then make you feel so validated and cared about. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
thank you. You're the best. She'd be like, Eli, what is it about Sarah that da-da-da-da? And I'm like, I feel so seen. This is the best.
Well, because it accomplishes two things. It, first of all, reminds the people that you're always with not to take you for granted because, that's human nature. But it also, I'm with somebody else who maybe knows the answers. When I'm like, can you believe she is so pretty and smart and funny and nice and blah, 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 blah. Oh. And then maybe they'll be like, I know, I thought the same thing. We can
sweet.
relate to each other in that way.
It just makes a person feel so good to be on the receiving end of that. So,
all that's true. I'm not blowing smoke. That's not my style.
It just makes me feel so good, and you're the best.
Yeah, it was a great time. What much needed. Yeah. We didn't talk shop. We didn't film
nothing.
Anything.
It felt so good to just be together and hang out like the good old days, like besties, and laugh and giggle.
We tried to figure out the last time we were together that wasn't for work, and there have been 0 other times in our entire life, including the ruins where we met. And when we went to Brazil for a month for my work, my research, there have been 0 times.
0 times. We always turn it into a work trip, or it's significant others or something. This was just a trip for us.
Yeah. So anyway, now I'm back home. It's terrible.
I know.
Life goes on, though. We got to keep the train rolling.
That's right. Got business to do. We got stories to tell.
We got stories to tell. We got to laugh and learn. We got to get candy for the brain.
That's right.
So let's do this. For starters, okay. A few months ago, what was it on Netflix, I had watched the stupid Wham documentary.
Okay.
Which, even a stupid Wham documentary is welcome because it's Wham.
Wham, right. And you love a music doc.
I do, and I love...
A rock doc.
A rockumentary.
Oh, God.
and it's pop hilarity and the outfits. It's just it's going to be great anyway.
Yeah.
But it really was just a dud because it was just archival footage. Nobody knew, nothing revealed or examined or unpacked at all. And I don't even think Andrew Ridgeley, the surviving member of Wham, was really in it that much. And so it was just silly. So when I saw that there was a Milli Vanilli documentary out, I thought, I'm doing this, but I'm
skeptical.
Expecting another one of these just recycled footage ones. Why was I wrong?
Okay.
It is really good. I think it's on Paramount.
I would imagine there's a little more controversy and stuff to unpack with
That's
Milli
true,
and
Sarah.
Vanilli.
But I've seen their behind the music. Like, it's not like
Right.
going to be some surprise twist.
Surprise,
I thought,
they were lip syncing.
Right. What if I thought they were just really great? The voice of an
Right.
angel, those two.
Right.
Rob and Fab. Well, and, if you think about it, Wham had some stuff because George
Right.
Michael was closeted and
Totally.
all that. But anyway, yeah, here's the thing about Milli Vanilli. Like, number one, I was not expecting to see the people who were the actual voices.
Oh my God.
And that was awesome because, face for radio kind of deal. I mean, if you're the voice and somebody
Right.
else is like the look, well,
Right.
then.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. But what about let's say Peebo Bryson or,
Who is
I'm thinking
Peebo
of,
Bryson?
I think he was the male singer in A Whole New World. Peebo Bryson? A Whole New?
Yeah.
The duet?
Oh God, I gotta look this up now. Is this the guy
Or
who's
even-
like, ooh?
No, I'm just saying like Luther Vandross. I mean, it's not like he was like, hot stuff.
Are you kidding me? Somebody definitely thinks Peebo Bryson is hot stuff. 100%. This guy. Do you see this afro? That guy's bringing it.
Well, okay, well then you will love the actual singers of Milli Vanilli. And so do I, but clearly they wanted like models or, those dance
Real
style,
singers. Okay.
shirtless kind of look going on.
I'm in. Well, I mean, not now, but
Wait,
these
who are you
guys. These
Googling?
guys. Are those Milli and Vanilli or?
Well, number one, those aren't their names.
I did know this, but it is way more fun when they sound like ice cream flavors.
Well, Rob Vanilli is
Stop.
R.I.P.ing.
Wait, his last name is Vanilli? Are you messing with me? I honestly don't know. Okay. Because I'm going to leave this going, Mr. R. Vanilli. Address him.
Right,
Get
his
well
Christian
card.
name is Rob Vanilla. No, it's not. Stop believing me. What is happening? Rob is R.I.P. He is goner, but Fab, he's still alive and he still looks the same. You should really Google them again because I don't know who those people were that were on your screen. I don't think that was Rob and Fab.
Real singer of Milli Vanilli.
Oh, okay.
Bald guy.
Well, there were two. There was a rapper.
John Davis. Looks like his name is.
Just standard issue. They're both just like, oh, okay, she's seeing what I'm seeing. You get it. There's a cringe emoji looking at me.
Are we talking this gentleman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's,
face
he's
for
got
radio.
a vest. I feel like that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like a regular guy, and clearly they were looking for sort of sex symbols, is what I'm getting at.
Yes, and want people who maybe could dance.
Yes, had moves, they had the look, the brand, everything, but then those guys, number one, couldn't speak English, and number two, didn't know how to sing. So, are you seeing why you gotta watch this?
Yeah, I do. I mean, for the interviews alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like back then interviews. Like how long did
so bad, Sarah.
The fact that no one picked up on, like, we had to have been screaming at the radio like, no. And then they go win Grammys?
I know.
And then just go up on stage and accept it?
Well, they did say they did not want to win that Grammy.
Want and did are two different things.
They were really dreading hearing their name called.
Oh, no.
Because if you, it sounds like you're not the biggest fan of their work, but there was the vote, like the song, like you're doing, but there was also a lot of like quote unquote rapping in it, where it was just rapid fire talking, and then you hear them in interviews, and they can't speak English.
There's no way. Oh,
It's sort
this
of
is
like
great.
we didn't want to accept what we
we didn't want to believe.
obviously know.
Right.
A lot of things are hard to accept. It's hard to accept how great Green Chef is, but I'm going to do it.
Yes,
You know?
especially if it saves me a whole bunch of time. I do
Like-
resist. Oh, no, I don't need it. I could just do it myself. No, I cannot.
Some things are too good to be true, like Milli Vanilli, and some things are actually as good as you hope. And that is Green Chef. They send you the food. They send you the recipe.
Yes.
And then you make it. And it is so tasty and convenient. And I do not want to have to go to the store
No.
and figure out what to make. And
You see
do
what?
the
It's blizzarding out here. I can't.
Oh, I saw.
Just deliver it to my house. I'm good.
She's housebound.
Yeah.
And you can like adjust it if you want vegetarian or you want keto or you want to do different kinds of things, different days. You can do that. And they have seasonal stuff. So this is going to be really great to warm your soul during these cold, cold months. And they have a deal for you. Here's what it is for Green Chef's best deal of the year. Best deal of the year.
Wow.
Get $250 off with code BrainCandy250 at greenchef.com/braincandy250. For Green Chef's best deal of the year, get $250 off with code BrainCandy250 at greenchef.com/braincandy250. I love their stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so yeah, it seems like maybe willful ignorance on the part of the, the
The listener.
public.
The consumer. Yeah.
But also, Arista Records, Clive Davis, who famously signed Whitney Houston and Barry Manilow, who has a great ear. I find it very hard to believe that he was just like, what? I had no idea.
Do you think... Oh, is that what he's pretending?
Yeah, Arista Records in general is like, we didn't know.
No, that's a lie. I feel like this was like that gray area of time where it's like what you can get away with, or what, if they saw, wow, well, what's really marketable now? People who are good looking, who can dance, they can wear these clothes, we can get deals, endorsements with fucking Reebok, I don't know, whoever makes those bike shorts, and
the
they saw it,
spandex companies.
they saw it as like that, and the singing and all that came second. So hey, maybe we can like, this can like fly under the radar.
Yeah.
And the bottom line was what they were really, in the
Right.
same way, they're like, don't you think when auto-tune first came out, and I'm not talking about how, what's his name who first used
T-Pain
it?
or something?
T-Pain. I'm not talking about how he used it like creatively, because that guy really can sing and is great. But I'm talking about like artists they were like, oh, she's just a pretty face and has the body and has the look, and so we'll just auto-tune it. And then there was this like era of female artists in like the early mid 2000s, kind of.
I
They were
love
terrible
this.
singers. Jessica
did not-
Simpson is one of them.
Oh my God.
She's bad at singing.
She really was. But
Okay.
it's almost like
Do
she
you
didn't
see
know
what
it though.
Because
That's
I
what
think
I-
they were in this age of telling them, like, no, you're exactly what we're looking for. We're pushing this. We're like looking for like a Britney. It was like,
Yeah.
what
Image
what else?
was the-
yes,
Yeah.
and there was that same thing with like R&B duo kind of acts in that Milli Vanilli era too. This is
Who,
Sarah's
like
got a
Casey
theory.
and JoJo? No, they were great.
That was a
They
little
have
later.
great-
Yeah, they were
great
amazing.
pipes.
Yeah.
They really were. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. And so
But this feels like Menudo age, like that, like boy bandy, like
yeah.
you
Well,
know,
let's just say it. MTV.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, once it was videos.
Yes, totally.
That is such
which
a good
which
point.
means commercials, which means that's it. It's
Yeah.
it's business.
the visuals really
Yes.
made a difference.
Yes.
Okay, well, I also had not like a Mandela effect moment, but sort of, where I had remembered it as they were exposed because of, like, much like the Ashley Simpson thing on SNL, where like the track started skipping and repeating, blame it on the, blame it on the, blame it. And like they had to run off of the stage, which did happen. Yeah. But that was more just like they must just lip sync live, like it shows, not these are not the same people.
Oh my God.
What I didn't remember or know was that they were exposed when the actual singer was like, fuck this, I deserve some credit. And he told, yes. Ah! Can you believe?
Yeah, I can. What would you do if you were the singer? How much would it take for you to keep your mouth shut? And do you think he was getting paid adequately? And that's what, no, he wasn't.
No, they had fired him already. And so he was like, fine. Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
They didn't play it right.
Oh, no. You did not play it right.
You're so right, though, about how this era really invited it. Because do you remember the lady singer on CNC Music Factory's Everybody's Dance Now, Martha Wash?
That wasn't her either.
Yeah,
that was another
Martha
woman
Wash.
who did it, and she was amazing. Yes. Oh my God.
But she's a heavy set woman.
Yes. Oh man. And I've seen clips of her do that, like the start of that song, and it will give you chills. She is so good.
Meanwhile, she is gorgeous. She just happened to be a bigger lady.
And now, if it were now, she'd have no problem.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Yes,
but you're right. It was all about image and the MTV video stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I mean, I know I've already told this story, but it's hilarious to me, so I'm going to tell it again, which is that when I was on Road Rules Down Under, and we were sort of in that moment where you spend a lot of time in LA, like for different things.
Oh, yeah.
Interviews and things. We were invited to Fab's house. Millie's.
Stop. Millie's.
Fab Millie. And it was like this crazy Hollywood party with like exotic animals in the backyard and everything.
It. Yes. That is so bizarre. What is your life?
I know. So random. And he had a huge mural, like painting of himself.
Of course. That would have been on my bingo card for like things you would see at a celebrity, like pseudo celebrity, I don't even, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. But
house.
Also, how did he afford that house? I guess he got to keep all this money because it wasn't like illegal or anything. It was just duplicitous and unethical. So he's rich. Right. Why is he mad?
Yeah. Why is he mad?
Maybe because Rob died because he was like so ashamed that he started doing drugs.
Oh, is that it?
That's what they said anyway.
That's sad. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, you should watch it anyway. It's great.
I mean, how did they meet? Were they like friends?
Yeah. They were legit friends. And they were like living in Germany, and they're both black, and there were very few black Germans at the time. And so they bonded and started doing their dance routines and things like break dancing and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I'll watch this. They
should have stuck with the dancing, I think.
Yeah. Well,
you know what would have been so much worse is, those people who like in these situations, then they'll try to prove they're really actually good at singing. And then they're not. I'm glad they didn't try to do that.
Yeah. Remember when one of the Real Housewives tried to like be a singer? I think it was the Countess or something. Like,
is that the one that's like tardy to the party or something?
I think she did too. I think there are a lot of them. I honestly do think that there are a few of them. If you were on any Bravo show and think it's a good idea to go, quote, into the studio, let me urge you.
I'm dying.
To not.
We should go into the studio.
Susie, we live in the studio. We are in the studio.
We should stay in here.
We should definitely stay in here, but not sing. Well, not me. You could sing. You got pipes of an angel.
Wait a minute. Why aren't we doing this? I think that's the better question.
That is so funny. Because I can't be a dancing front woman or a singing behind the scenes woman. You would have to be all of those for us.
You know how You know how when we talked about TLC's Waterfalls, I was saying that the worst part of the song is Lisa Left Eye Lopez's like rap.
That's my
and you're
favorite
like,
part.
that's the best part.
That's the only part I can do.
You can do the spoken word stuff.
Done. Do you see how she just called rap spoken word? That was fun, guys. That was a fun little moment for all of us.
I think that Lisa Left Eye's segment is closer to spoken word than it is to rap.
It is. That is. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
think
do
rap
because
is spoken word in a way.
I know she did think of
poetry.
herself as a rapper, but I think that's a stretch.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
But fine, we'll call it rap just because I don't want to disparage the dead. But that part of the song sucks, and that's why a lot of times on the radio they don't even play that part.
Yeah, that's fine when they do that because they still play the instrumentals, and then I get to rap over it. It's the best.
So
that's
funny.
like they just like left it open for me, and I'm like,
You're like, Sarah, we see
1
you.
2 1 2.
You're right. Yeah, you're just doing it over the track. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, we've really veered off topic. I guess that gives me an opportunity to tell you that you probably need a therapist and you should try BetterHelp.
Hey, I just started with BetterHelp.
Yes, Sarah,
Eli and I are going, and it's so great. Yes, I've used it before. I do it like on and off, but then like if
You
you
had stuff to talk about.
date me, it is difficult.
Oh, stop.
Like, it's difficult in any relationship, you got different communication styles, and going to couples therapy when there isn't like a major problem, isn't like, oh, there's just something terrible that happened and now I need to go to, just going to like review goals together as a couple or look at a problem as the problem, like you two against the problem. Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, that's nice.
And like and we're closer than ever, even after just like a few sessions. We're like, it's the best.
They're thriving. I mean,
Yeah. Shout out to our therapist.
this is what Sarah says. She says you got to fix the roof when the sun's out.
Yes. Oh my God, I do say that.
Yeah. So so everybody should do that. Or if the sun ain't out, you can go in that for that too. If you're stressed, you have relationship issues, you're grieving, whatever. BetterHelp can help, and it'll do so right from wherever you are. You don't have to go anywhere. Very convenient. You can find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. It's a tough season. Visit BetterHelp.com/braincandy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/braincandy.
Yep.
Okay, what's next on my agenda? Oh my God, I saw this today.
What?
These idiots, these tourists in Death
no.
Valley,
Oh no, what are they doing?
they were driving along the road and they saw a tarantula, so they slammed on their brakes and this motorcycle slammed into them and almost died because they're stupid. And why wouldn't you want to run over a tarantula?
Oh.
They were trying to save a tarantula.
And almost killed a motorcyclist in the process. People.
I can't emphasize this enough. They should be wiped off the planet.
I
These
will say
spiders.
that I would swerve or veer, like if I saw something just large in the road, like instinctively, like not knowing what it is.
You would.
Yeah.
You
Once I
shouldn't.
ran over a snake and I did not feel good about it.
You don't have to feel good about it.
But you
But
just
you have
shouldn't
to-
kill somebody else in the process. I will
Exactly.
say, why is a motorcycle? I know that freeway they're on.
Right.
Why is the motorcycle so close?
Yeah. And think about it. They were probably going pretty slow if they even saw a tarantula in the
Correct.
road.
Right.
So
And it's a
he must
2-lane
have been-
highway. I know this. I know where they are. Come on.
Maybe he was being a distracted driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or victim
Now
blaming.
I'm mad at more people in the story. You know who's clearly the innocent victim here? The
Don't say
tarantula.
it. No, he isn't because he
Yes.
scattered off into the desert. He's fine.
What do you think? Like hit and run? Yeah, I know. He
Wasn't hit.
He was just terrified and probably late wherever he was going.
You think he has PTSD?
Definitely.
Yeah, well then stay off the road, sir. Lesson learned?
They need one of those little animal paths.
oh my God, like one of those bridges. What do they call it?
Yes.
Wildlife bridge or something?
Yes.
Just for
All
spiders.
Over. Just everything. Animals are very smart. And you put those out and they all know to cross them. They don't want to cross this freeway. But when we build a highway in the middle of their backyard, what are they supposed to do?
I can't believe that you think that would be a wise use of taxpayer money, is like a spider bridge.
So our taxpayer money is now going to respond to these accidents.
Right,
I'm sure there were multiple, city paid employees involved in this story.
Fair enough. Did you know?
Okay.
I'm sure you already did know this because you're more into like animals than I am, but those assholes have an 11-inch leg.
Nope,
span.
didn't know that. Oh, disgusting. See, that's a dinner plate you're running over. Just like, I don't know, could it damage my car? I'm just going to be safe and go around.
All right. If
That
they thought
is
it was like a rodent or something.
And
11 inches.
They're very spiky and dangerous and scary.
Yeah.
I'm not into tarantulas.
I learned another thing in this article, which was that, I mean, we need to look into like the Brady Bunch plot, because do you remember when the tarantula crawled up on Greg in Hawaii when he was wearing the cursed tiki necklace?
Yes.
Well, they acted like his life was in danger, and it turns out if you get bit by a tarantula, it's just like a bee sting.
Yeah, I did
You
know
don't
that.
die or anything.
No, not even close.
They need a new publicist.
Yeah, they really do. The worst thing about them is that they scratch their they use their little hairs, and those are the annoying things. Like they'll use their back legs to like flick off some of their little hairs onto you, and those get really irritating and feel like a rash. So that's worse than their bite, I think.
I don't
You're
know
like
if I'm
itchy for
remembering
hours.
this wrong or not, but I believe the article used the word shoot in regards to those hairs. Like they shoot them at their predator, their enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fun.
See, it's by the end of this, Susie's like now doing PR
I
work
love tarantulas?
She's like, do I love these guys?
They said they make great pets.
Okay, see, now I break
Who
for
wrote
pets.
this? Did a tarantula write this
Tarantula write
article? You break for pets. That's such a good point. Except, you know what?
Snakes. I felt bad afterwards, but like, what are you going to do? Makes my toes curl just thinking about it.
Maybe
They're
if
everywhere.
you had some legs, you could have gotten
Get a little skedaddle.
That's your fault. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Then I wanted to talk about this. This was are you drained?
But wait, I want to. If Lincoln came home from school and was like, "Mom, I really I need a tarantula in my life. That it is going to be my little buddy.
Right. Yeah,
I love him. What are we doing? What's the response, Mom?"
Well, he recently came home and did say he wanted a snake.
Okay,
he's one of those weirdos. And I think he also inquired about a hamster. Like that type of deal.
What, as food for the snake?
Separately. Like he was like, how about this? How about this?
Okay.
Like they'd start...
Run
I think they start with the snake to like make it terrible.
Smart. Because a
What about a
you're like, I'll
hamster?
settle on a hamster. Right.
But I have fallen for this before. I had in my previous life... What are those? Is it a gerbil or the ones with like... They're not hamsters. They're the
Chinchilla,
other ones.
guinea pig.
Guinea
Gerbil.
pigs.
Guinea pigs. Yeah, those are lovely.
I fell for the old, do you want two? And then next thing I know, I had 6 sausages, little babies wiggling around in there.
No, that's bad. They have to have the same. No, you can't have
They
male,
assured
female.
me they were both girls.
Oh my God.
They were not.
Oh my God.
Unless one was trans or something. But
my God.
I don't know how that works. All I know is I ended up with a bunch of sausages, and they were disgusting and hairless.
They do look really gross. Ugh. Like uncooked chicken nuggets.
Right. But anywho, I think I would rather have a tarantula than either a snake or a hamster.
I would too, I think.
They mind their beeswax, right?
Yeah.
Like you just throw crap in and...
Yeah.
What about poop, though? Do they... What do you do there? How's that work?
I mean, I don't even know what spider poo looks like.
Probably like little pellets.
I'm thinking it's juicy. I'm thinking it's wet. And I feel like it might be yellow, too.
That is so much worse than I have pictured.
I don't think it comes out like pellets.
Like chocolate sprinkles.
No, I don't think that. That's your guinea pigs. I think guinea pig hamster, you're going to get the sprinkles. They got fiber diets. Our spiders are straight protein. Like, I just think it's going to come out. It's going to be like that yellow liquidy stuff that like a lot of bugs leave on you. You know what I mean? I'm serious.
Like
okay,
poop.
now,
I've had bees poop on me.
And it's like yellow
that.
and okay. Like this is the thing. What happens is that I say something that's like very rooted in like some fact, and then Susie laughs like I'm ridiculous, and then like after 5 minutes later she's like, "Well, yeah, that's actually right."
I'm laughing at the word juicy. Not the idea.
Sorry, moist poo.
And then I definitely wasn't thinking that. That came out of left field for me.
Spider poop images.
Right. God. Sarah, you're so right, though. No, you're right. I think you're right about that.
Oh, this is what's... We've seen... Guys, do not Google spider poop! It looks like just black, like black dots. Like, and you've like definitely seen this before.
I like that. Oh, right.
Like that's what it looks like in corners, guys.
Oh my gosh.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Clear search history. Oh, I have the heebie-jeebies. Oh,
you were
God.
hoping for juicy.
I was. I would have taken that over. I don't know why that was so gross. Ooh, don't do that. Moving on.
Ew. Okay, yeah, let's move on. And talking about something else I regret, which was going to a substitute hairdresser who made all my hair fall out.
I know.
Half of my hair fall out.
That's so
terrible. And I'm still a year and a half later trying to bring it back to life. But thankfully I have Nutrafol, which helps so much. And it increases the speed with which my hair grows and provides far more coverage.
Yes.
The top of my hair, very thick.
Yes. I noticed it. I see a big difference because it's been a year since I've seen you last. That was like one of the first things I said. I was like, oh my gosh, I see the difference. Yep. Yeah. Huge.
I still have a long way to go because like that's how life is. But because of Nutrafol, I'm getting that growth supplement, and so things are moving much faster. It improves visible thickness and strength, and a lot of people will deal with postpartum stuff and hormonal stuff that causes changes in your hair, and it stinks.
Yeah.
So if you want to take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair, for a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code BRAINCANDY. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code BRAINCANDY.
Nice.
Okay, so I read this today in the New York Times. It was about a community in New Zealand that has a group of Pacific Islanders that live there. And they participate in something called, let me find the siren clubs and siren battles. And I'm mad about it.
Okay. Siren clubs, like female sirens of the sea, or like air raid sirens?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds funny.
A siren?
What's a siren of the sea?
You know, like the mythical creature where they like sing and it lures ships to crash.
Oh.
Have you not heard of one of these?
I don't think I'm in the loop on the siren sea thing.
Like hearing the sirens call, like you've like heard that phrase before?
Never.
Okay, that siren.
Sounds way better than what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, it says a number of women or winged creatures whose singing lured unwary sailors onto rocks, and
then they do something bad or something.
And then they like crash. They're like a Greek mythology siren song used in reference to appeal of something that is alluring but also potentially harmful or dangerous. Like a mountaineer who hears the siren song of Mount Everest.
Wow, I learned
Like
something
luring
new.
you to your doom.
That was candy for my brain, Sarah.
Oh, look at
Thank
us.
you for that.
Living up to our
real.
name over here. Okay, but tell me about your siren. Like
these
air
are way
raid sirens.
worse. These folks sort of have competitions to see who can make the loudest noise, like song, come out of these speakers that they attach to like their bikes and their cars. And they do it late in the night, and people have kids and like want to sleep and
Why
stuff.
on earth would they do this? And like, are they doing it to like? Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a contest where you're vocally trying to create it and be okay. See, I thought that was what we were doing
You're
here,
trying
which would
to
be cool. You're trying to invent something that you could then yell into that then amplifies the noise loud enough to, and whoever amplified,
loudest and clearest. And what works really well is high-pitched voices. And guess who that means? Celine Dion is screaming her lungs out in New Zealand, and people can't sleep. Yes!
Stop it.
For real.
How did this had to be rooted in some sort of like...
That's what I'm annoyed about. Because they're trying to pretend that this is like a community expression. And I get it.
Not with Celine Dion.
Just the siren songs that the act of doing it is like for community and expression.
Like, I get it. I don't know. I
think they're pulling a fast one. They're just
I think so
hooligans who are using like their ancestry as a way to be like, what? This is part of our culture. No, it isn't.
Because I get
it's Celine Dion on a bike. Oh, good grief.
Whoa, excuse me.
That would have won the competition of the Siren Club.
Oh, sorry, Mike. So I'm thinking about those contests with like the conch shell where you blow into those and it's like who could do the loudest of that.
That's fun. And it's probably not at 2 a.m.
Or like the shohar, like the Jewish like horn that you blow. I get that.
Yeah, fine.
But Celine Dion into your car's speakers?
Yeah, on your huffy bike.
I'm trying to be culturally considerate, but that's a stretch.
Not if you're using your culture to get out of like just considering your neighbors. That is rude.
Also there should be like a time or a place, or if it is like ceremony, like you're doing it like that, then send out some flyers, say we're doing it on November 30th at this time to this time or whatever.
Yeah. Make it a thing where people can come watch.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
They're not doing that. They're going to like the parking lot of a Home Depot in the valley because that's where the sound travels the furthest. And some lady's trying to put her baby to bed, and these idiots are on their weird bikes blasting Celine Dion.
That'd be a problem for me.
I would be livid. You know what's funny? When we were in Colorado, apparently while we were sleeping, a car alarm went off. And Sarah said, I was just waiting to see when Susie would reach her limit and start like, because I will hit a point where I'm like,
there's a point. Yes. I was like, and it was one where there would be a little pause and then it would go back to going on. And every time I was like, in the moments of silence, the half a second of silence would be where I would have the thought of, is now the one? Is this when she loses her? And she goes, that's it! And like throws the covers back. I've had it. Who's turning off that car alarm? Like we're going right now. And thank God it turned off. But it was like right when we went to bed and you didn't even seem to notice. Yeah,
I was out like, well, I did have earplugs in and that's the thing. I would definitely be doing that.
You brought the sleep mask and that was a real genius move. Because can every hotel just stop it already?
Stop it.
The blue light. We don't need lights on the alarm clock light has never been brighter. The mini bar fridge has to display that it's 40 degrees at all times. like
Sarah
it's a
was
fucking
like rigging
neon
up
light.
our hotel room. She was like covering all the lights. Like she would fashion a pillow up against things.
Yeah, because like, what are we doing over
You
here?
didn't have a mask though.
I was a dummy. I have one, and I didn't even think to bring it. What am I doing?
Yeah,
Because
it's
there's something about a
essential.
staycation. I was like, oh, I'm just going over a few blocks away. I won't need all my travel stuff. Turns out I do. But
Yeah. Anyway, I would be really mad. And I don't understand why the authorities cannot intervene. Because there are like ordinances.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But they keep
There's
just
a
asking them
10:30
politely.
noise ordinance. I think it's 10:30 at the stadium. We live right next to the football stadium. And Ed Sheeran, I believe, had to pay the fines because remember when there was that concert and there was the lightning
The
delay?
rain delay. Yeah.
And I just was like, I'm out because this is ridiculous. And I walked home. But everybody else saying that concert did not end till like 11:30 at night. And I was still hearing it go on as I was like laying in bed.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, so like, wonder how much a fine is.
I know. I was wondering the same thing. If they go over, like they got to pay a hefty fine, and it must have been less than what it would have cost to cancel it and to have to refund everybody or whatever, because they were already halfway on. Like they can't refund it after they've already started the show. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't come out, but
I get confused when people think that their whatever kind of beliefs, religious beliefs, political beliefs, cultural practices, anything like that they personally adhere to or whatever is more important than just everyone else's comfort and life.
yeah, because there are ways to still do to everybody
Yeah.
spaces and.
Yeah, that enrages me. So we'll see what happens. There was really no like, here's what's going to happen now.
Well, you know what? I hate fireworks, so there we go. I hate the noise.
Yeah,
I'm
dogs
anti.
really hate them.
And but they do give it just 1 year or one time a year, maybe two. And I'm like, here you go. This is when it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I know what
you
time.
mean.
I don't like it though.
I don't like them either. You might think I do because my family buys all these stupid fireworks, but this is not Susie doing that. Believe me.
This is Lincoln and Adam driven. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I believe I've been to buy did we go together to buy them before? We did.
I don't think you did you?
Yeah, because I was there with you on 4th of July once.
Yeah, but we stockpile ahead of time when they do 2 for 1s.
I remember being in a parking lot.
Oh, that's not
you.
the real deal. That's just like the sparklers and stuff.
Oh,
we have to go to Ohio for fireworks.
Oh,
we didn't
do that.
Here.
We didn't do that. No.
We're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the rules are in Colorado. This feels like a state where they're like, who cares? They don't even have helmet laws here. Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah. If you can smoke doobies and not wear helmets, you can
right.
light
You
fireworks.
definitely you get to light off fireworks, right? Nobody cares.
I would think
please.
so.
No helmets. I will never understand this. I really do want to pull up next to somebody at a red light, roll down the window and say, explain yourself. Eli says I shouldn't do that though.
Do you think they just have a death wish?
Response.
Maybe.
I've talked to many people about this. Jordan and Lucas, or Jordan at least, my brother, has a theory that a lot of the people buying motorcycles what you're seeing are like the guys who like buy they're like, oh, I'm going to get a motorcycle. And they're the ones who have it for like 6 months or end up crashing it anyway. He's like, real motorcycle enthusiasts and riders do wear protection, do wear all gear. He was telling me about his friends who ride motorcycles and how they approach it versus like the cowboy, like, I'm going to get a motorcycle this weekend, like guy that.
I would be willing to bet the vast majority of non-helmet wearing motorcyclists are unmarried men because
100% of them are.
Because number one, they want everyone to see them because they want to attract a mate, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's exactly what they're doing. I'm going to throw up. That's what they're doing. I didn't even think about that. It's the same guy who's like not wearing a helmet when he's snowboarding or skiing for the same reason. Or the girl who's doing that because she doesn't want to mess her hair up.
Yes, it's all vanity and like mating rituals.
I can't remember if it was Eli or somebody else that I went out with who was talking to me about another woman he dated or like went on a date with and he said, I really hated that it was a fight to wear a helmet because she didn't want to like mess up her hair. She didn't want it to look bad or like it didn't look cool. And I was like, wow, I'm so the opposite. I'm like, give me all the head protection. I'll wear that turtle suit. Can I have some elbow pads?
You should just wear one for regular life, not even on a motorcycle.
Right. Just like a helmet walking down the street.
Can't be too sure.
Can't be too safe. Can't be too safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, please. I'm already walking around with those earplugs that you put in. I'm now one of those sensitive people that Susie hates.
Right.
I'm like, I'm wearing a helmet. I sleep in a sleep sack and I wear full-blown earplugs everywhere.
Well, we love caution, and I love playing it safe, and that's why we recommend Chime, because that way you don't have to worry about overdraft fees, running out of loot.
Right.
And guess what? This is spending season that we're entering into. It's the truth. Yeah. And Chime is convenient, and they really work with the customer in mind, and I think that is so cool. No more pesky overdraft fees, no impact on your credit score to apply for their online checking account. And you can get the fee-free overdrafts up to $200 and paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. And they have a deal. Signing up for Chime takes minutes, so join the millions of other Chime members and sign up today. Get started at chime.com/braincandy. That's chime.com/braincandy. Chime is a financial you
were doing so good.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Access to direct deposits up to 2 days early depends on the timing of the submission of the payment file from the payer. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. And it does feel like certain things are like mostly like brick and mortar, and then they have like a website secondarily. So it seems high time to have a bank that's primarily, an online situation to match our lives.
We're all online. Right.
We're all online. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. I read this article that was pretty good. It was in Vulture, and I just liked the premise of it, which was, why is it so hard to create fake fire, like in movies or whatever, CGI fire, essentially?
Yeah, I feel the same thing about the incandescent versus LED bulbs, that they fall into the same category, that we cannot duplicate light that is like that and that glow electronically or with LEDs and with whatever that is. I fully support and would like to unpack and discuss this whole argument, debate.
Well, and it did kind of make me think about the things, speaking of fireworks, that when you photograph them, they don't translate the way they do in real life. Fireworks, of course, sunsets, even like a campfire.
The bioluminescent bay, those things where like the water turns into like that diamond stuff. I've been there, and man, the videos don't look anything like no one can ever capture what that looks like in real life.
And all of these things are light. So I guess there must be something about light that just doesn't translate to like 2D or what?
Yeah. That we have, or maybe it has something to do with our receptors in our brain and how that it might just be hitting more than like the visual part, where it has something to do with like a deeper human, like moth to a flame kind of biological, like there's something about fire
it's that like
I've read things about this here and there where there's something that sitting around a fire, being around a fire, does to the human mind and some kind of comfort. There's a reason why we all love a fireplace, and it's not just for warmth. It's like
comforting
deep in us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, too, that the
biological wiring
brain
is there to want it.
And that your mind would sniff out a phony.
Yeah.
Which is
because it doesn't
what
have, like, the same feeling. Fire is one you can definitely see in CGI. It doesn't. And it's so unpredictable in its movements. I mean...
Yeah, that was a big part of it was they interviewed Ron Howard because he was the director of that film Backdraft. Did you ever see that?
Susie, did I see it? Yeah. That fucking movie is the culmination, the perfect storm, firestorm, if you will, of the perfect backdraft of that movie came out when the house next door to mine burnt down in the middle of the night with all the firefighters on the roof. And I developed a fire phobia, and my brother became a firefighter. That is the result of that. And right after that happened, my family went to Universal Studios where they have Backdraft the ride. And I remember having a panic attack and moving to the center of but I didn't know it was a panic attack because I was like 8 years old. And now looking back, I was like, that's absolutely what happened. And so Backdraft is one of the most terrifying movies to me, and I hyperventilate as you start talking about it. And
but you haven't seen it.
I have seen it, and I cannot watch it again because, I don't want my brother to die.
Oh my God! Right. Well, I suppose when they interviewed him, he was talking about how this was 1990 or something, a long time ago, and the quote unquote CGI at that time was nothing, very little. And so every scene in that is the real deal. And he said they did attempt to use CGI in the beginning because it would be far less risky in terms of, people getting hurt, but that, it didn't look right. And he did say that it was repetitive. Like it didn't mirror the unpredictability of fire and how it moves, that there's no pattern to it.
Right.
And I just never thought about that.
I'm pretty
sure. You're so
sure
in your head right now. It's so
that
funny.
Backdraft is Universal Studios is where they filmed that. The back lot of Universal Studios is where they filmed that. So like they do with all of the Universal Studios backlot tour and everything, they use the same technology and the same stuff that they use in, when the flood comes, and if you go on the backlot tour, that's the same flooding that they use in all these movies. That's how they do it. So they use the same systems and equipment, and we're going to all of a sudden flood this wall with fire in a safe way that then we can suck it out, the oxygen out, and extinguish it real fast. And so they're using all of the movie tricks on how to create real fire. And when anybody listening who has been on that, has been through that backdraft.
Backlot.
Well, it's I don't know if it was, I remember standing on a metal thing. So I think it was an actual walk through. I don't know if it was part of the ride where you get out and then you're in the fucking fire, or if it was just a specific ride that was Backdraft the ride. You feel the heat. It is real fire. And it's what they did in the movie. And they must have used real, fire, what do they call it? Fire science. There's a name for it, fire science. The people who learn how a fire starts and how, moves and travels and all that stuff. Because, it's fucking terrifying in there.
This has really triggered something in you. I wasn't expecting.
I can't imagine, I don't know if it would be different if I saw it as an adult, but going on that ride, you are inside a house that's on fire. You are there. They make that so realistic. It's not like they also have King Kong there, and it's not actually King Kong's arm reaching out to grab you, but that is real fire, and that's a real wall burning down. It freaks me the fuck out. I'm sorry. I can't deal. It just is. It's so easy for it to be out of control, and the idea that people are able to control it, even for a movie, is just terrifying to me. So, that, and it's too powerful. And
let's be honest, it was Kurt Russell's finest hour.
Oh my God, are they so sexy? Those guys, or what?
Total. Well,
hunks.
Hot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dreamboat. That was his real peak, I think.
Yeah.
That and that Santa Claus movie from last year.
He's so good in that. That movie is fantastic.
It's so good.
And the second one where his wife is in it too.
Totally.
Isn't that great?
He should get an Oscar for that.
I mean, for real. Like, Susie and I are not joking here. If you guys have not seen...
What the hell is it called?
It's called
is
like
it
Mr.
Kris Kringle or something?
Yeah, something like Mr. Kringle, like Kris Kringle or something like that.
Wait, let me look.
It's so fucking good. And there's a sequel, and Goldie Hawn is in it, and she plays Mrs. Claus.
Oh,
and
the Christmas Chronicles.
The Christmas Chronicles. Guys, do not sleep on the Christmas Chronicles. Fantastic.
Do not sleep on the Christmas Chronicles. But for real, don't. Like, it's funny, but don't.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, boy, I really can't go anywhere from here. I did think that it was interesting when they were naming the CGI that's like really come a long way. It was all the other elements of the earth. Like, you know, he said like sand blowing in the wind. They got that pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the ocean, they can pretty much do that. And really the
Those
last
have a lot of patterns to them.
Yeah. Although I would think sand might be tricky, but I guess they do swirl with the wind or whatever.
Yeah, as long as you can get the wind. But there's different things.
There's too many fingers of the fire, I guess.
Ooh, it freaks me out.
And they don't, you move in unison. It's very strange.
Right.
Anyway, that was interesting and something I had never considered. And I guess that's it for today. I will say.
I want to read that. That's very interesting.
Just a fun fact. Backfire lost the Oscar for Best Visual Effects to Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Oh,
so
you're
a worthy
very excited
opponent.
about that. There you go. But okay, in all fairness, those are amazing because when they did like that robot face melting off, and or like the person just becomes the robot, that the half and half thing, that was ahead of its time. That was really amazing.
It deserved every award.
That totally deserved it. Because see, I don't see Backdraft as being like, maybe it wasn't like CGI. I could see the special effects, but it's like really just controlling fire. That's been around. They were inventing new stuff with Terminator. So
thanks,
fair.
Sarah, for defending my favorite movie that I've never seen.
Oh my
Ever. I know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening. We covered so much. Milli Vanilli.
Siren song.
Siren song. Tarantula.
Backdraft. Susie will have a tarantula. Maybe as a pet. She likes it better as a pet than something walking across the road.
Tell me if I just made this up. Can't they defang those tarantulas?
That does sound like something you made up.
Do they even have fangs?
Could you imagine that they have to have like an anesthesiologist for a little spider and put his little spider mask on, and he's like, and then like, do they strap all 8 legs down when he's on the
gurney?
Like the gurney,
right? I feel like that's a thing, Sarah.
Okay,
Do
I'll
they
go
have
with it.
fangs? No,
I think. I mean, they have some. They bite with something.
Yeah.
Defang.
If that could happen, what I'm getting at is if that was a thing, if I could get a defanged one, it'd probably be like how I got 2 female guinea pigs.
Right.
They'd be like, it's defanged.
Yeah, we say
Suze.
defanged it. Wink, 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 wink. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to end up with some sort of weird. Why are
Bite.
boys weird? I don't get it. Okay. Thanks for listening. Thank you for always supporting us and using our codes. They're all on thebraincandypodcast.com if you forget them. And don't forget to tag us in all your shenanigans. We love you.
We'll see you next
Bye,
time.
everyone.